I think we're at a critical time in Earth's history, and there's a lot going on in many different directions. Jeremy's talked about the rapid advances in AI and how we're going to be interacting with them, but the kind of the energies on the planet, and Leo and Jeremy have both been feeling a huge uplift in people's vibration and the possibilities for experiencing um, different connections and speaking with ascended masters and experiencing themselves in other states and in ascended states. And we're all as a collective, as a planet, moving in that direction. So let's take a minute to um, close our eyes, feel the peace, feel the energy in this gathering, and we're also sharing that with everybody on the replay. We'll take a minute here in silence before we begin. Okay. Wow. I feel some really nice energy building here. Um, so yeah, Leo and Jeremy, definitely take your time. Feel free to prolong the moment in the silence if you like, and then whenever either of you is ready and feels called to begin to speak and to channel and to call in those who you wish to speak through you, then you can feel free to take the floor and proceed.
Yes, dear ones, yes. We are Ra, and we've come through in this way, in this portal that's been created. What a wonderful day, what a wonderful day. Greetings, dear ones, greeting, dear brother Jonah, dear brother Jeremy, and the dear brothers and sisters and collectives that are all around us. Yes, yes, let us gather around. Yay.
Yes. Yes, it is I, Abraham. I am that I am coming through on this lovely day, wherever you are, through the energies of self. We are here. We established this meeting, this ordained meeting. We waited to see if you were actually going to complete your conversations in order to bring in the new upbeat party, the new fun energies that this planet absolutely needs. So we are here, the Ascended Masters, along with myself, Abraham, and two other Ascended Masters who will just be in the second circle right now as you allow yourself to feel the energies as we come in, but collectively we'll speak through this channel as the Ascended Masters and myself mainly running the show, Abraham. So please follow through with any questions, anything you wish to speak about right now. The conversations that we're having before this live stream was quite interesting for you all. We're tapping into the new energy, the new world, the new way of how humans can establish themselves in the physical body. So let's go. Feel free to ask questions.
Well, Abraham, it's I mean, it's exciting to meet you in this channeling. As you know, as you might know, I'm of the Jewish faith. You play a huge role in
Yes.
this religion, and I've seen you. I haven't really seen you in a channeling before. What kind of guidance or what might you say to, the Jewish people at this time?
Mhm. Well, as an ascended master, not being there on Earth anymore, we wish to speak to all humans for the establishment of whether you're Jewish or Christian or American or Canadian. All of these things are ideas created within the human mind, within the idea of separation and the borders that you create between all of your countries as well. We're not saying that this is a bad thing, but we're just saying that the message that we would give would not be to one specific uh, group or ideal. For the things you have to remember, things that were created for the Jewish community or for Christian community, Buddhist communities, were all created by man. And whether that is man establishing an idea in order to allow more of myself, more of the ascended masters, Jesus, Abraham, Noah, Moses, for these Muhammad, all of these ascended masters who are literally energetically still on the planet, whether we're doing that through an individual that's channeling or through an individual heart person, all of this goes to everyone equally in a way. So we will establish the connection to the Jewish, for they definitely have been using my energy as a way to bring love and light to more uh, people, whether it is people that have been hurt in history or are going to flourish in the future. At this time, we feel like hmm, this channel doesn't wish to say anything that is going to harm or hurt a community. He's holding back.
No,
Uh,
don't hold back. I think people need to hear what they need to hear.
it's not I that's holding back. It's this dear one here who doesn't want to say something that's going to upset people. Yet I'm not going to say something that's going to upset people, but I'm going to say that no matter what you say, whether it is this dear channel speaking, myself speaking, or anyone else speaking, you're never ever going to please everyone anyway. And that is exactly what we're going to say from now on, from this point forward, is it doesn't matter what you say or what you do, as long as you are allowing your love and light to shine and come forth uh, in the present moment. So yes, we'll end there at this time as we kind of allow this channel, because this is a new connection for him, and it is one that right now we're just going to bring in a little bit more peace and calm and allow things to come through in a newer
Okay.
way.
Okay.
So maybe give this channel a minute and then maybe move on to Raw for a second.
Okay. Okay. All right, cool. I'm delighted to have you join here. It's very exciting for me, and I'm sure a lot of other people who will tune in.
Yes, we as Raw have a message for the Jewish people. Yes,
Wow.
yes.
No way. Okay.
Dear, dear Jewish ones, prepare for greatness. Yes, yes, yes. This is our message, dear ones. And of course, this is not exclusive to the Jewish people. However, indeed, the Jewish folk family are indeed a part of the greatness that is to come. So prepare yourselves, dear ones. Are you well irrigated, well hydrated, well, yes, nourished in your daily lives? Then you will indeed become great. Yes, yes, yes. This is our short and sweet message. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, we are ready. Yeah, we going back to what we were speaking of in regards to Jewish communities and Christian communities and such. It's time that not only the Jewish people, the Christians, and everyone realize that they are already realized within their own hearts, that it's time to love your neighbor the same way that you love your other people you've connected to, in a way that is in a group setting. Uh, we love, we're not saying that religion is kind of a bad thing. It brings communities together, it brings love together. There are both sides of the religious aspects where there has been turmoil and then when there has been peace. Right now, we're in a place of peace. We're in a place of unity and bringing in the resurrection of what the Bible and what the Jewish community has been waiting for. It is very apt that you've named everything the kingdom, for the kingdom is here. The kingdom is in you. It is in you. It is you. And you are here as the kingdom on earth. And it's time to bring that in. You are bringing in the kingdom to earth. And the lovely, lovely message from Ra is absolutely true. Bring it all in. We're all going to have a party. If you're all ready, we're all going to establish ourselves in a new way, in a new life. And this, we are very excited to see happen, and we cannot wait for more and more people to join this party.
Yes, 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 indeed.
Very exciting. I know a lot of Jews are, and I hope you don't mind me talking for the Jews too much. I just think it'll be a topic of particular interest. I mean, so many of us have been confused, sort of coming from religious backgrounds or partially religious backgrounds, somewhere in the middle. And I'm asking this question for a lot of people I know, that are confused with how to approach the religion, how to approach their, identity as Jews, while starting to recognize, a lot of people are just starting to recognize or get a sense that um, there's a much larger reality out there, and there's information in the Jewish religion, and there's a lot of information that either maybe it was taken out or maybe isn't there, or maybe it's being rediscovered in these times. How I guess how should Jews navigate the kind of the new types of information, as well as um, getting on a productive spiritual path in the context of their Jewish background? And if that's not
Yes.
clear, I can try to rephrase it. I know I went on.
Yes, we will give an answering on this first,
Okay.
in that there are what must be understood, there are great truths contained within all religions. All belief systems contain great truths. This is important to acknowledge and accept, regardless of your background, dear ones listening. All religions have great truths within them. And so we will answer this from a broader perspective, as since this applies to all religions, and that as one begins to open their hearts, open their minds, open their bodies to what is possible, to their greatness that is not contained, not just contained within the body, then indeed there are greater truths that begin to blossom and bloom within one's mind, and you begin to open your eyes to these more clear visions. And so at times it may seem that it contradicts other strongly held root beliefs. And what we wish to encourage all listening to understand is that there are no contradictions when it comes to God. Yes, God is the end all be all, the beyond all. And so what we wish to let all know listening is that while the word God has been used in potentially misused throughout history by various factions and groups. The idea of God, that there is a beingness that is oh so much greater than everything within this reality that I am seeing. This is true. This is true. And so this is the truth that all religious beings may fall back to, rest in, that regardless of what other seeming contradictory beliefs you begin to see within your world, the truth still stands, the greatest truth of them all, that God exists and that you are a part of it, and that God itself cannot be fully described. No one religion can fully describe what God is. This is not possible, dear ones. This is important to understand. And so to understand this means that you are opening your minds and hearts to greater truths that, maybe this other religion may have a truth as well that doesn't contradict, but rather synergistically upholds the core values that I also share in my religion. For this is the truth, dear ones. All religions have common great truths. And it is your abilities to see this which determines your capacity to navigate the coming changes, the coming shifts. For if you do hold on a little too much to your personality, identity, then indeed these coming changes and shifts will be can be quite hectic or uncomfortable because you are holding on too much. So we say, hold on a little less. There is only one thing that you need hold on to, and it is that God is true. Yes, this is it. This is it. Everything else you may let go, dear ones. This is it. And so we bring it back to the simplicity. Yes, you are of God, you are created by God, and you are one with God. And this is the truth. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. And another question that's come up in a recent conversation that I had, and something I thought about, other Jews think about, is the role of the Jewish people in the world. There's the concept of a light into the nations. What does the light into the nations mean in the context we have today? Is it like it should be a model society and people can see like we're being nice over there? But then we're constantly in this conflict, and there's a conflict in the area, and then some people think we're being a light and some people don't think we're being a light anymore. um, yeah, what is the mission of the Jewish people in the world today?
Well, this question really goes down to asking yourself within yourself, what mission do you wish for there to be? For to be a part of God, to be the one God, not only in the Jewish sense, but in Christianity and many other religions that have their own views of God. How is it that you are the light, whether you are Jewish or atheist even? The beauty that is life is where you will see that the light is created from a sense of self, a sense of uh, freedom within yourself that comes up with the knowing that you are the God within, that you are myself, Abraham, that you are Jesus. You humans always look for things outside of yourselves, and yes, that's why religion was really created, was because the consciousness of all human beings as are so dense at a level where understanding this internal self, the internal God, is hidden from you. And so religions were created to show that there's a way to continue to seek for yourself, yet it has been moved in your dense energies so much where you're now only looking for God outside of yourself. And and that's how a lot of the scriptures are written as well, that God is outside of you and that God gives you love when truly the way that the texts have been written are now to understand that there is no outside God and there is no outside you. There is no way for you to establish a God on the outside. You have to bring it to the light within yourself, and that will permeate the freedom that you hold in that energetic sense, or in the sense of consciousness. You're holding the love within, and you are walking that love. And the teachings that are held in the synagogue and in many other different churches, it is it is still beauty, whether someone on the outside says that it's not. It's still people being exactly where they're supposed to be in order for them to know more about themselves. And that is really what religion was created for, was to create a sense of ideology that's going to bring in things you didn't think about outside of yourself when you're just doing your day-to-day things. Going to church is like, that you're going to be going there to connect with people. You're going to connect with families and your neighbors and people in the area. You're going to bring love and ideals that are established through the written word. I myself, Abraham, are coming to you today in order for you to understand that what is written isn't the whole truth. There's no way for language to be used, and there's no way for the mind and in that language to establish your own kingdom within, to establish the love within. When you love somebody, you're not loving somebody with words. You're not loving them with the words you're saying within your mind. You're loving them from a place that has no words. And so when you love others and you love yourself, you're doing so without language. The only reason the scripture is written, and there's so many, and that we're having these conversations right now, is words can imbue energy and have the love within them. You can tell when somebody is establishing language in anger or language in love. And that was truly what most of the messages were brought forth through inside the church and inside many of the religions that you see on earth. But it is time to move away from them. The future world of unity and oneness is to understand that all gods, even though we're not saying all gods have to be gone, but they are all showing you that all gods are truly the one God, and that you individually, as a human living your life, are also a part of that tapestry and beauty that is God. For you are establishing the love of God within you, and that brings the love of God to everyone else and to this planet. It's already here. It's just that your consciousness is being so dense in fear and in separation, in battles. You no longer are going to battle the Christians. You're no longer going to battle other Jews. You're no longer going to battle yourself, which means when you stop battling your own internalness, there is no other battle outside of you, which means, will there be a need for the segregation of peoples in religions? Do you see how when you become one with God, with yourself, there's no longer even going to be a need for religions in this world? So that is a statement that this channel can feel the people that are like very solidified in their ideas of religion and ideas in separation, and that is okay. It is okay for them to be there, yet it is time to move beyond the ideas that were created in a sense of density that these established religions were created in, And it's time to let go of history, for the history doesn't create today. The past doesn't create today. What you're doing right now in this present moment is living your embodied life with ideas of history passing through you in energetic sense, because you are a creator, because you are connected to the one source. So that is definitely something the mind will eventually be okay with in time. The ideas of separation, the ideas of religion are going to be gone. We can see the future. The Ascended Masters are here to tell you that the unity and harmony of this one world is truly to establish something that is beyond what you have ever known before. And of course, there will be people who will still hold on to their idea of religion, and that is okay. And we say, please continue to do what brings you your passion, for you are always going to do what is right for you anyway. So please continue on as you are, or not. Just allow love to come in. It's so freeing. God is here in a way to allow you to know more about yourself, and whether that is through a community of being with the Jewish community or Christian community or even no community, you are the one that ultimately gets to choose. And we are here to show you that you are beauty itself. You are the love already, and you are the God within. And you no longer have to use the history in order to create that.
Well, thank you so much, Abraham. So I want to pause for a second. We have um, someone who came in who I do know is interested in this topic, and who happened to be able to join spontaneously with us. And they may not want to give their name, and that's okay. But if they would like to ask a question on this topic, having you folks here, actually the founder of the Jewish religion, as well as Ra, who can see so much. I'd love to give them the opportunity, if they do have a question related to Judaism, and in this broader context potentially as well.
Yes.
Hello, dear one. Are you there?
Is that for me?
Yes.
Hello.
Okay. Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Hi, my name is Regina. So, there are a couple of questions that I have. One is, what are my next steps in? I would want to say, like, I don't know. What are my next practical steps to get through what I'm going through right now, and kind of like, how do I find the spaces where my presence is wanted and needed, versus going into spaces where it's not neither wanted nor needed, but I think that that's where I should be. And that's in many various contexts, right? That's religion, that's professional life, that's personal life as well.
Yes, dear one, may we ask, what are you navigating currently, if you can share for these dear ones, so that we may give more specific step-by-steps?
Okay, sure. So it's an overall, I guess, process where I'm in right now. I recently had a separation from someone that was very close to me, because he doesn't want to continue as he made it known to me. He's not wishing to continue the aspects of the relationship that I wanted to continue. So that sent me into the whirlwind of, who am I without this relationship? What are my next steps? What am I needing to focus in right now to get through this period? And I often find myself and people telling me that I'm very different, that they don't really get me. My interests are out there. I think people in this group might understand that. Um, so it's like where do I belong, essentially, like where do I seek, or how am I going to be sought out so that I could be with people that get me and want me around and will want to continue with the person that I truly am, even if I don't know who that is right now.
Yes, we thank you very much, dear one, for your questioning and for your opening of your heart to all gathered. We will say, dear one, and we will address those that are also in similar situations. When there is a big event that shifts your life in some way, there is a lot of energy that is freed up in some ways, as well as comes in as well. And so it is very important during these times to to be very rooted. Nature time is very, very beneficial, for it allows much of the energies to flow down into the earth, and Gaia herself is very, very much desiring to help all. It is all really a choice on the humans to open to her. And so this is very beneficial, as well as the main idea of coming back a bit more to your own body self, to your own personal self, so that you may rest and restore. Yes, in these sort of big events, the nervous system does get a bit fried because there is a lot of energy that is being brought up and being freed and processed. And so it is important to be very gentle and easy with yourself, really taking a parental role for your own body, seeing it as
Mm-hmm.
your child and saying, I will be here for you. We will get through this. Not only will we get through this, we will shine through this bright, and we will end up in even greater place. Yes, this is very, very important. And so the rest in this way. And as you rest in this way, naturally, what happens is your body system, your aura, your field begins to begin soothing, resting, settling, and it becomes more clear. And so the opportunities now can flow to you, through you much more clearly, and you'll be able to pick up on them, and your
Mm-hmm.
mind will light up. And so we say this is important, the coming back within to rest. And then you will know, there will, as you rest, when you rest, the more you rest, you will know when it is time to re-engage more with your outer world, let us say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yes, I'll come in as well. For what's very interesting to this dear channel is that the same situation is exactly what he's going through with somebody who has, mm, in a sense, made the choice to be establishing their own freedom by being separate from this person. Now, that is what this is about. It is about your own sovereign freedom. For the sovereign freedom that uh, partner wishes to go and do, they're making a choice for themselves, has, in a sense, not forced you to also possibly do that, for you are free to make those choices as well. However, use it as an opportunity to look within, to really truly understand what is it that you actually need from another being outside of you. What is it that you are using with that person to establish certain emotional connections that may be internalized, something that's going on within you that you are looking on the outside to bring into yourself, when
Mm-hmm.
truly all of those things are already within you. There's already an established lover of self. There's already an established one who knows who they are inside and realizes that, yes, it does hurt the human to be separate from the person that you thought was going to be there for a very long time. Yet the established movement of that energy has come to an end for a reason. And it is not for you as a human to judge what that reason is, but it is for you to come to a new understanding within yourself of what it is you want to do, what brings you passion, what brings you new thoughts that, as you said earlier, no, that there's people tell you that you're different. Okay, what's different about you? And second of all, yes, understand that you're still going to be using those people outside of you to kind of establish your personality. That's not what we want you to do anymore. We don't want you to listen to those people that say you're different, and that you are supposed to live this life as a normal human being that goes and does this 9 to 5 job and does these things. You are now in an opportune moment to sit with yourself and understand truly who you are and become the freedom sovereign being that you truly are. And the natural progression, if we can say this to you, because maybe you'll understand it, imagine that your higher self had a conversation with the higher self of the other person, and that conversation, whether it was in a dream state or in a different kind of idea, you both agreed to end it this way. Yet you both agreed to end it this way at a higher energetic level, so that in this body that you're embodying, you understand something that you never understood before, what it means to be alone, and not alone in a lonely sense, but alone in a sense where you don't need anybody else to establish who you are. You don't need other people's ideas outside of yourself to make things a certain way, make you feel a certain way. You are in control of all of that. You have the ability to be a free, loving individual, showing everybody else how to live their life. And in the sense, as you embody that masterful, loving energy, as you call to us, the Ascended Masters, call to Ra, anyone else that you feel the connection to, especially your own higher self, you will begin to see that truly you are already indeed love. You are already that. And there's nothing outside of you that's going to bring you that. So this channel, for example, has really come to understand what it means to unconditionally love someone that doesn't want to love them the same way. For he has established and understood that the the love that he had for his partner is actually been conditional. It has been conditional because it was giving something back to him outside of himself. When now that the disconnection has been created, there's no longer a feeding of energy. There's no longer the established connection in the same way, which means there's no reason for another person to give that to him. So it's time for him and for many other people that are going through this, because there's actually an established breakup energy happening across this planet, where people's energies are realizing that it's time for them to go to the top of the mountain and sit with their own sovereign being, and then come back to the valley of humanism in the mass consciousness and bring back that master to the valley. But to do that, it is best to be done energetically on your own, in a way that is connected to your higher self, in love and in connection to who you truly believe you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. We are grateful for the opportunity to speak in this way. How are we doing here? Is
Amazing, amazing. And I want to also give one more opportunity to the dear one that's here, because I know we were also talking on the Jewish topic, and And if you want to ask another question specifically related to, Judaism and text and where it's going, I also want to give you the opportunity to do that because it's just a really interesting, time and we have the place to ask. So if you're interested, feel
Yeah,
free to.
cool. Well, I think that the question I would ask is not general, but specific to me. It's like, where is my place in Judaism? It's almost like irrelevant where Judaism is headed or what's happening, but it's like, where is my place within it, or where's my place in general with the spirituality?
Well, listen to how you're asking the question, for you're asking the question outside of yourself. And why establish an answer from outside when the answer is truly within you already?
Mm-hmm.
And we understand, we heard your mind going, well, I don't understand that. It's
Yes.
because the mind is not going to understand it for the connection of self is done in a way that is going to create a new mind, a new divine mind, we'll call it, where you establish the connection of all the teachings that you've learned in this life and in your past lives, whether it's through Judaism or through the connections that you've created through the love of God. It's always self that is experiencing that, and the self within you that is very much using its mind to create an identity around Judaism or around what mass consciousness wants you to be. Truly, it's time to set yourself free from those things. Set yourself free from what you feel is necessary for you to be free from. And if you are already feeling that you're not really sure what Judaism brings to you, maybe it's already created the path necessary for you to become what's next. Like just because religion is there and you've gone through 20 years of it in your life, let's say 20, 40, it doesn't matter how long, it is still an identity established on earth. It is still, if you didn't have earth, do you think you would have Judaism? Do you think you would have Christianity if you had passed away right now in death? Where do you think you will go? Who do you think you will be? The establishment of
Right.
God, the one of who you are, is beyond that which you understand your life to be on earth. So it is beyond the ideas of religion. It is beyond the ideas of Judaism, as well as it is established inside that idea of Judaism, inside the love that is created from the connection of the people and the connection of everybody else. Yet there is a self that knows that there is more. And the mind is the seeker. The mind is the one that is trying to be like, well, what is it? Why can't I see it? Why can't I understand it? It's okay to do that. Yeah, we're asking you to rest now. Ra had said it very well. It is time to rest into being instead of searching for something outside
Mm-hmm.
of you. It is no longer outside of you. There is no longer something that you're going to find on the outside that's going to establish that feeling, that void within. For the void is created within you by looking outside. So it's
Mm-hmm.
time to establish the vortex of love, establish the connection of who you truly are without going for it, because it's already there. Stopping the seeking, stopping the looking outwardly. It is
Mm-hmm.
inside.
Understood. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Uh, it is our blessing to see you grow, see each individual here grow in a way that has never been done before. Like this planet is very, very special. We are all very special. We are all God, and the connection that we have to each other, individually to ourselves as well, brings in something that's not in this universe. And it is time to be free of the ideology of what it means to be human, for that has changed. The energy on earth has changed. The apocalypse is here. the Christed energies are established in such a way that was not established 2,000 years ago. From the last 2,000 years of your lives, the amount of density and work that each human has done from living to dying and going through this transition of being source and not source and forgetting who you are, that forgetting has created such a beautiful, bright, golden, white light that is now ready for you to embody on this planet in a conscious way, in a way that establishes a new form of love that is not the same love that you had with that partner. It is not. It is not. The idea of love on earth has to change. That's a whole other topic, because love from humans is a lot in the mind. It's a lot of doing. But we're asking you to rest in who you are and understand what real love is. And eventually you will get there to a point where you'll understand what we're saying without the mind getting in the way. It shall be so. It is done. It is already there. You already have that potential within you. It is just, are you willing to allow your will to go into yourself instead of using your will to find answers that you think aren't there? Because they are there. The answers are there.
Mhm.
They are. If you have the question within you, the answer was there for you to create the question in the first place.
Interesting. Okay.
It's all within. There's nothing without. Your within creates your ideas of without. And so come back to who you are. Ra has mentioned rest. Take care of your body. Relax. The energies are already established on Earth. This the people are seeing you humans are seeing the turmoil of the energy of the light being brought in. It's coming in chaos. It's going to come on the other side. We don't want to call it darkness, but it is light and dark and duality, understanding that all of it is light. All of it is established as God, and the energies that are moving through the planet are doing so with conscious people and in unconsciousness. And you, Regina, and the many that are watching these are the conscious ones who know that something's up, who know that there's something going on inside. I don't know what it is, and I want to look for it so badly, and I don't know how. Yet we're saying no more looking, no more, no more reading scriptures, no more having to go out and find these things, because it is already within you. So it is quite the task. It is definitely the other side of how to live a life on earth, in a way that is not so established in mind, in separation and in fear. Those things are still going to be there, but you're going to know that they're just there in a way that is bringing more light to the planet. For what you see in the news and all these things is just a small portion of what is actually happening. For these things, that these conversations are not on the news, these connections of people who are loving each other and trying to connect to more than just themselves and connect to all of it, all that is, they're trying to connect. No, you're not going to see that on the news, so you're not going to know that it's happening. So we're saying that you trust yourself within, and that trust will come out, and the love of self will bring the freedom that you're asking for. This is big, and we love it. We love talking about it. Abraham, was one who established that, yes, there is one God. There is the one God within yourself, and that God within is all others. It is all the connection to the all. What you see in front of you is God. This computer, your beds, the outside, all of that is God. Everything is that oneness. It is you. And you, as a human, get to establish how that filters through you, how that energy of God is within you. And we say, rest in it and allow the love in. So thank you for the opportunity for us to share.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, that's it, right? Like they're all this dear one goes and just sighs. He goes, that's exactly it. That is it. That is the and in consciousness. That is the yep.
Yeah,
It
Shema
is a
Yisrael, God is
wonderful,
one.
beautiful.
Mm.
Say again.
Shema Yisrael, as they say in Hebrew, God is one. It's what you brought. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. It is. Thank you.
Wow.
Are we complete?
I feel we have reached a point of completion, and I'll just say on a personal note, Abraham, your energy just brings such a smile to my face. I almost can't smile more than how you've been making me feel at a bunch
Hmm.
of points in this call.
I did not make you feel that, son.
Oh,
You did. Remember that. Remember
okay.
that.
Okay.
You are me. You are the love of God. You are established as that. There's nothing outside of you that can create that. You're feeling that love and that energy right now within you. How did that come from the outside? It didn't. It came within you. And so we are with you. And that is what you're feeling. Yet your mind is creating this separateness. It's time to let go of that mind, son. You are it. You are that established connection of that freedom of that energy. That is you. It is you. It is you. It is you. Hmm.
Wow.
So sit in peace, dear ones, for peace is upon you. It is within. It is. You don't need to go out there and put peace on wars and put peace on the battles of others, for you cannot. We do not wish for you to battle something that is battling themselves within. For if you end the battles within yourself, all others will end the battles within themselves as well, creating the peace and harmony and unity that you always ask for. End your battles within you, and the battles without will end. One God at a time.
Mm.
Yes, yes, yes. Dear ones, we feel it has come to a great, great, sweet close. We thank all present. We thank all who've come gathered into this circle. We thank you, dear Regina. Your presence is very, very, we are honored by your presence, and your questionings have enlivened much, much, much more than you currently may know. So thank you, dear one. And thank you, dear Jonah host, dear brother of ours indeed. Thank you, dear Abraham, and the collective of, yes, the stars, let us say, the one star, let us say as well. Thank you all for joining. And we as Ra wish to remind, yes, go forth with joy in your hearts, dear ones. Joy, joy, joy. Adonai.
Okay.
Yes,
Beautiful.
thank you. We will sign off, quote unquote, as well, for this dear one wishes to go about his day and enjoy the beauty that he is starting to see. And we will be there next to each and every one of you through all your experiences because you are already experiencing the God within you, but you only believe that you're not. So, with that, thank you. We are you are God. I am that I am. And in peace and light and love, we leave you here now. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. We will adjourn now, and this group will meet for further channeling Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Thank you all.